The haunted elevator. Once upon a time in Toronto where we live, there was an accident at the CN Tower involving one of the elevators. Dan Smith went into one of the elevators with his colleague. Once in the elevator, they started to ascend to the top of the CN Tower. As they were going up, the elevator broke down, causing them to suddenly stop halfway up the tower. The colleague starts saying that it's Dan's fault that they were stuck. They continue arguing for the next 20 minutes. The argument got so heated that the colleague ended up pushing Dan, causing the glass in the elevator to break, and Dan fell all the way down and sadly died. It is said that Dan Smith haunts that one elevator to this day, looking for revenge on the colleague that mysteriously disappeared after the accident.
That's why you should be careful while going on the CN Tower elevators. You might just encounter the one that Dan died from.
Do you seriously believe those silly stories? I'm pretty sure they were just created for Halloween.
Go to the CN Tower this weekend so you can see for yourself.
A couple days later, the weekend came, and Maddie was ready to prove Tilla wrong about the CN Tower elevators being haunted. Maddie was a very responsible 16-year-old, so she went out to the CN Tower without her parents and without telling them. Maddie waited until her parents were asleep and arrived at the CN Tower at exactly 2:45 a.m. Maddie is also a great hacker and can unlock any door she wants to, including elevators. She hacked into the elevator system and unlocked all of the elevators so she could go in. Maddie entered elevator 3 at 2:55 a.m. and started going to the highest level. Expecting nothing much to happen, Maddie relaxed. Halfway to the top, the elevator started shaking uncontrollably and suddenly stopped. It was exactly 3 a.m. Maddie started to panic, not knowing what to do. She knew it couldn't be haunted, but how else could she explain what just happened? She thought of calling Tilla or her parents, but realized her phone ran out of battery. She was stuck in an elevator with no way out. How was she ever supposed to get out without getting caught by the police in the morning? Suddenly, she heard banging in the elevator. But what could that be? Maddie felt a cold presence behind her. She then felt something touching her and was violently flinged out of the elevator. While she was falling, her whole life flashed before her eyes. Then she hit the ground and everything went black. She heard someone in the distance yelling, "Wake up." When she opened her eyes, she realized her hands were translucent.
Who's there?
She looked around to see where the voice came from. Then she saw her grandfather, who she had never met before. She had only ever seen him in photos her parents had shown her. Her grandfather helped her up, and Maddie started asking questions.
What happened to me? Who pushed me off the CN Tower? Why am I translucent? What's your name?
Her grandfather starts talking. "My old colleague pushed you off the CN Tower just like he did to me. You are translucent because you are in between life and death right now, which is why you can see me. And my name is Dan Smith. You can't stay here. You have to wake up.
I don't know how to do that.
All you have to do is find your body and then you will wake up in it."
Wait, why didn't my parents tell me anything about you? I was never told that you were the Dan Smith. I was pushed off the CN Tower all those years ago. They didn't even tell me your name. Wait, what was the name of your colleague who pushed you off?
After a long pause, her grandfather answered, "Mila Tereshkova."
Wait a minute, that's my best friend's last name.
I know, your best friend is working with her grandmother, my colleague, to end our family line. Now enough talking, you have to find your body. Maddie started walking around to find her body. Maddie remembered where her body was, so when she went there to check, she saw Tilla walking away dragging the body.
Tilla? Why are you doing this?
Tilla starts running into the forest, and Maddie runs after her into the dark forest.
Stop!
You'll pay for what your family did to mine.
I don't know what my family did.
Your grandfather broke my grandmother's heart and she disappeared after. She never came back.
Maddie bubbles up with anger. She crashes straight into Tilla, and with a bright flash, they are gone. Breaking news! Two 16-year-old girls, Maddie Smith and Tilla Tereshkova, went missing supposedly last night. There was a pool of dried blood spotted near the bottom of the CN Tower, but no bodies were found. Maddie is described as tall with curly auburn hair and hazel eyes. And Tilla is short with straight black hair and green eyes. If anyone sees them, please report to the police.